Welcome, folks, to another Game Hoarder production. Black Isle Studios presents Icewind Dale 2. Boom shakalaka! Let's get this epic journey on the road, shall we?
I must, for myself, examine the reasons I left the comfort of Kaldahar for a journey to Deepingdale, the place of Isilor's birth. It is much like the assignments given to me by Uncle Oswald and Isilor himself. When Isilor left those lands near the Inner Sea for the spine of the world, he told his fellow druids he would send a student to replace him. This, I told myself, was why I left. But now, as I sit by the warmth of a fire in Mirabar, I realize what Isilor must have already known. I remember the details vividly. It started many years ago. The year was 1310 Dale Reckoning, when scouts from Burn Shander, the largest of the 10 towns, first reported sighting goblin warbands. Within weeks, a river of goblins had flowed forth from the spine of the world, and above that wave of death sailed a banner bearing the monstrous heads of the Chimera. The militiamen of the 10 towns would have been the Dale's only defense had the forces of fate been against Burn Shander. But Albrecht Dinsmore, the mayor of the town of Targos, urged the council to send a messenger south to the port cities of Luskan and Neverwinter. Luskan had problems of her own, but fearful of repercussions, the captains of Luskan devised a simple plan. Throughout the city, they posted notices promising wealth and fame. With lean work in the northern port city, many mercenaries and thugs were lured to the ships that would take them even further north. And so their ships crept through the sea of moving ice and onto the Shanegarn River. They bragged of the deeds they would perform and the castles they would purchase. Lost in their reverie, they were blind to the throngs of goblins and orcs that lay in wait. Only a few ships survived the assault. Those that continued up the river watched as the town of Bremen burned. One of the 10 towns had already fallen. Many wondered, as I often wonder, what difference only a few can make against so many, and in the midst of such terrible circumstances.
That's where I come in. Alright, folks, I'm going to create a new party here. I'm actually not going to go through the entire character creation process with you, just because it takes a long time. We're going to make an Aasimar Paladin. Helm. It's super dumb. It's going to affect skill points, though, of course. I'm going to take away some charisma. I'm going to roleplay to an extent, but I'm also going to force my party to have certain attributes, obviously, to give me the advantage in battle. But anyways, I figured I'd go ahead and create old Ronstock with you. I'm going to create a party similar to that of the last game, except this uses 3rd edition rules, so there's a lot more things that you can get away with here, such as mages can use swords and wear armor with proper penalties. Also, many other things come into factor. So anyways, we'll go ahead and go over the party once I start it and create it. Alright, and we're back. I've created the party here. We'll get into more depth about them. I just wanted to mention, though, that I'm not trying to create an ultimate super godlike power party here. I do want to make it somewhat realistic, although I have obviously increased and decreased attributes accordingly to class. But other than that, I just want to have fun with the game. I've seen that there's a lot of power parties out there and so forth and so on. And that's not what this is going to be about. This is going to be much to the same frame as my Planescape Torment and my previous Icewind Dale LP that I've done. I like to do these games more for the questing and the voice acting anyways, so that's going to be a lot of what I'm focusing on. So, we have Ronstock, who is our paladin. He's Asimir. We have Loglog, our orc barbarian, half-orc barbarian. We have Nixus, who is a deep gnome, or Snurfibiblin, or however you pronounce the deep gnome, or dark dwarfs, or no, wait, yeah, she's a deep gnome. Shit, I can't remember what she is. I think she's a deep gnome. But anyway, she's going to be a fighter and thief combination. We have Clot, who is back. She is our human cleric. We have Quan Ri, who is our Drow Wizard. This name I actually built with the Drow name builder. It means powerful mage or powerful wizard in the actual Drow language. And Mazriel will be our Asimir sorceress. So this will be the party I will be using. If you don't like it, you can suck my cock. Let's begin the game.
Uncle Oswald said that Mer de Walden was full of sunsets that day. So many ships coming up the Shanegarn had been set aflame by the goblin hordes that they burned to the waterline in a row like a flock of fiery geese. Some leapt overboard and tried to swim to shore, only to be cut down by orcs when they arrived. Others clung to the hulking infernos and were inevitably consumed in the flames. The rest dropped into the icy deep, snowflakes off Death's shoulders as he shrugged over the dale. So many had died already in the attacks that the failure of the Luskan forces to arrive was but a sigh, a comma in what was to be a rather long story. Only a few small ships made it through to Targos, where my uncle was watching from the upper reaches of the town. Many villagers were too busy repelling enemies at the palisade wall to notice a few sad, sorry stragglers make it into the port. The sun burned behind the horde and cast a cloak of shadows over the heart of Targos and all within. It was into this shadow that uncommon mercenaries were thrust from Captain Hedron's ship, the Wicked Wench. Like many other mercenaries in the town, these few had come from Luskan. Unlike the others, their journeys would take them far beyond the rude palisades and bloody fields that lay ahead of them.
Well, here you are, straight from Bremen to the scenic shore of Targus herself. Now that you'll be seeing the skeleton of the town you'll be defending, you sure you don't want me to take you back?
No. We're here to stay, Hedron. Thanks for bringing us this far.
Now, don't be thanking me just yet. If we meet again, just remember I offered to let you stay in the ship, so don't be cursing Hedron Kerdos for dropping you off in this place.
What happened to those houses on the shore?
Well, the ones the goblins didn't tear down, the people at Targos did. They're building a wall around the town, and they need all the lumber they can get. Damn wall won't keep the wind out, much less goblins, by my tell.
Can you tell me anything about Targos?
Well, there's not much to tell. But the dock here isn't the town. Targos is up in the cliff above. Mostly decent folk, but most of them have left for Bryn Shander.
Do you know of any place I could stay the night?
Well, I spend most of my time on the floor of the Salty Dog when I stay the night in Targos, which isn't often. With all the mercenary bands holed up in Targos, there may not be a place in town for you to rest. If the local inn can't put you up, just come back to the ship and I can spare a bunk or two for you to sleep on. Or if you want, you could probably slip into one of the abandoned warehouses to catch some shut-eye. God knows I have after a long night at the Salty Dog.
Where can I find the Salty Dog Tavern?
It's just off the dock. Step a yard or two to your left and you'll be at the dog's door. Just watch your step in there. It can get a little rough.
So you're off then?
Not right away. We've got cargo to unload, so you might not be saying the last of me just yet. Besides, you still might have a change of heart once you head up the cliff and see Targos for yourself.
Cargo?
Aye, the cargo that's standing here talking at me right now. Get off with you. If you be seeking your fortunes, you won't be finding it on the decks of the Wicked Wench.
Very well. Do you know where I can go to sign in with the Targos Guard?
Well, you'd want to be saying the lord of this place. Ulbricht's his name. Good enough fella for a lord.
Where can I find Lord Ulbricht?
Scale the cliffs to the main town. He's bound to be in one of the manors up there. Snag one of the locals. They can guide you better than I could.
All right. Thanks for your help, Hedron.
You can thank me by not following foolish orders and coming back at one pace. As guests go, you've been saints aboard my ship. I got a place for you if you ever be needing it. Town seems a mite quiet, though. And Magtar, the harbour master, hasn't come to try and bleed a few coins from me for a docking fee. Watch yourself. There'll be trouble in a minute.
We'll be covered. Farewell, Hedron.
Yeah. Here I go.
So here we are, folks. Yet another adventure together. Icewind Dale 2. For those of you who had watched my Icewind Dale 1 LP, welcome back. And for those of you new to the Game Hoarder channel, welcome. Here you will find mystery, intrigue, and some fantastic voice overs. All done by me, of course. Halt! Who goes there? Step forward and identify yourself. I am Ronstock. What happened here? What happened? Goblin raiders in town is what happened. Now get back to your ships. We tracked down most of the little bastards, but there's still a band of northeast of the docks, and there may be others about. We've come from Luskan to aid Targos. Perhaps we can help you stop these raiders. You? Looks like you just get back to your ship. We don't need any more blood spilt. But Rach, we need the help. Bronstead, you're hurt. We haven't even heard from the other soldiers. We don't even know how many goblins made it inside. Damn it! Alright! We need all the swords we can get. But by the hells, drop those pieces of fucking firewood and grab some real weapons before you commit yourselves. There's plenty of goblin axes and shields scattered about. There's a blade I can spare. Take it. I can't use it. My arm, the way it is. Thanks for the blade. But we could use some armor if we're gonna be hunting goblins. You're right. Here, take my leather jerkin. Probably won't stop a goblin axe, but it may turn aside a knife or arrow. I mean no disrespect to your fellow soldier, but we could also use any of the equipment of your father comrades, Brownhat and Vinny. Yeah, you're right again. Here you are then, take them. Braun will get no more use of them anyway. Very well. Do you know how these goblins got into town? Goblin axe took a bite out of it. I'm better off than Braun here. Poor bastard took a goblin arrow in the neck. Your arm looks in pretty bad shape. Your bandages are almost soaked through. Well, down here right up my arms, but you're right, it's bleeding bad. I can't find the harbor master Magda. He might have a supply of healing drops stored in the warehouse north of here. I'm a paladin. I may be able to use my healing magics to help you out. You're a healer? Looks like Timor's took keen pity on us at last. If you have any magic that would help, I'd be grateful. Let me see what I can do. Right.
What's up? No worries.
My arm's better, thanks for your help. Looks like you're praying to the right gods. The wound's closed. There may be more damage. You still don't look too good. I can still use that healing draught from Magda. If you can find him. Hope the goblins haven't got him yet. Let me see what I can do. Alright, so we've got hooked up with some basic stuff here. They start your party off rather basic. And by rather basic, I mean fucking basic. You have literally sticks when you start this game. You're going to want to equip your characters as soon as possible. Alright, anyways, to go over the party a little bit, we have Ronstock, the Paladin. He's a Paladin of Helm. His race is Aasimar, he's lawful good. Saving throws 5, 3, and 1. He has a strength of 18, dexterity of 16, constitution of 16, an average intelligence of 10. A rather slightly over-intelligence of 12, and a charisma of 8. The reason I docked him on charisma was because he was an Aasimar, and as opposed to most of the Aasimar race, who are thought to be of beautiful, Ronstock covers himself in armor for a particular reason, which we will get into more depths later as I write out his biography. Something you probably have never seen in a Let's Play YouTube of Icewind Dale 2. Custom biographies written by me. The second party member is Loglog. He is a half-orc barbarian with a strength of 20, dex and constitution of 18, and intelligence of 9, wisdom of 10. He is uglier than dog shit. He is covered from head to toe in scars, and he has the most terrible manners of any half-orc you have ever met. But, with a fortitude of +6 and a reflex of +4, he is a terrible, terrible whirlwind of death. You do not want to meet him in a dark alley. Our Grey Dwarf, Nixus. At this point, she's a level 1 fighter. The bad thing about having a deep gnome in daylight is day blindness, which she currently has working against her. Day blindness will give her a minus to attack, hit, and saving throws. But when we get her in dungeons and in nighttime, she will be much more effective. She also has a strength, dexterity, and constitution of 18 each. She's going to be a fighter-thief combination. Thus, she has a little bit less than above that, or a little bit less than average intelligence and wisdom. And again, she is shunned by many. Maybe in her realm of the Underdark, her charisma would be higher, but even of those standards, she is shunned. Our character Clot, the human cleric, is back for round 2. From Icewind Dale 2, she has traveled here and met up with this new group of adventurers. She is a human with a overachiever dexterity of +1, with her 12 of dexterity, constitution of 16, an exemplary wisdom of 18. Everything else is so-so. She looks hot in her picture, but she's got kind of an attitude, which gives her a charisma of 10. We also have the Drow Wizard, Quan Ri. who has a dexterity of 20 and a intelligence of 20. Quite high. That gives him some... Actually, I'm still trying to figure out why his armor class is only 7, but anyways, he also suffers from day blindness. Last but not least, Mazriel, who is also Asimar. She is a sorceress with a dexterity of 16, constitution of 14, and a charisma of 20. Alright. Anyways, yeah. He does have 15 armor class. Duh. I totally was thinking 2nd edition. We're at a point where higher is better. Holy shit, I'm gonna have to relearn these 3rd edition rules. It's been a long time, man. Too long. Anyways, hit points are 13, 16, 14, 11, 7, and 6. We might even pump a fighter level into everybody one time, just to give them that extra bonus. D10. I do have settings set to maximum hit points. We're going to need it. This game isn't terribly hard. I have beat it back when it came out. However, it does get a lot more challenging near the end. We are playing on normal difficulty. Not doing any kind of power party here. So, I'm sure you can find a Heart of Fury mode out there with a lot of people die over and over. But we are here for, again, the game hoarder voice acting and the storyline. Not watching some dumb cocksucker get killed over and over again. Which is pretty much all you're going to see on these other videos.
What now? Hey? No worries.
No idea where those goblins came from. One moment we're stepping out the salty dog, and suddenly there's a mess of them running through town. We sounded the alarm, but one of them nearly felled Red with an axe. But poor Bron here wasn't as lucky. Arrow went right through his neck. He didn't even have a chance. We'll see what we can do. In the meantime, do you have an extra blade you can spare? I have a spare dagger I can part with, but that's about it. Take it. You're bound to come across goblins sooner than I. It'll do. Watch over us. Thanks. I'll keep an eye out for any more goblins. You stay here. You're kind of a fucking puss anyway.
So that's how it is.
Yes, Ilhares.
Alright. You're gonna have to give me a few videos to get acquainted with the shit here.
Ustar ilindith. Sa
Me?
ustar
Done.
ilindith.
Consider it done.
Yes, will do.
What is it you need?
What, like an arrow?
Alright, we have little black dithering underneath our objects here. A little graphical glitch I'll have to address.
Yeah? So that's how it is.
I've dealt with a few issues with Icewind Dale 1. Looks like we're dealing with the same thing here. Little boxes and shit around the items. Not sure how I fix that. But I'll get it fixed by video too.
What's up? Here I go.
Kind of makes them stand out.
What now? Here I go.
Who's this sappy little fellow? Damn them goblins! Seems no matter what corners of the world you go, you're always here. Who are ye? Ye Stano Tagos? We're adventurers from Luskin. We came in from the Wicked Wench and found Targos being attacked. Looks like you got here just in time then. Targos is sure good at blades. Careful now, there's more than the rock crawlers about, so be on your guard. Did you kill all these goblins yourself? Aye, I still have some rock and fire in me yet. When I caught them, I tried to set fire to me ship. My eyes filled with the blood. Spent too long carving their hold to let it be torched by goblin filth. Ha! Who are you? The name's Joran Tamewater. We can swap life stories another time. For now, there's goblin graves needing to be filled. Any idea how they got into town? No telling, but I hear a warning horn from the palisade. What worries me is they didn't jump the town wall. What do you mean? These goblins are carrying pickaxes. Tells me they're sappers. The ankle biters may have broken through some odd caves beneath Targos and used them to get to the docks. Not good. What old caves? These cliffs are thick as tunnels. But the last word was Targos' guard had collapsed most of them. The tunnels are used by smugglers along Dualden years ago. The goblins may have broke into one of them and crawled beneath the palisade. Any idea which of the goblins came out of? Not sure, my guess. Somewhere to the northeast, since that's where we're fighting the thickest. If you head up there, make sure you got some trusty iron in your hand. There'll be a whole mess of them crawling below. We'll be on our guard. Watch yourself, Jorah. I will. You watch yourself as well. If you find any goblins and they're too many for you, just lead them back this way. I can lend me iron to yours. Between us, we'll drive them back into the holes. Sounds good to me. Farewell. Whoa, big black graphical glitches. I'm gonna have to fix that now. Alright, fix the black box issue. In case any of you others are wondering why do I have black boxes on my shit, it's because your computer resolution is in 32-bit mode. When you're playing this game, it needs to be in 16-bit mode. So go ahead and change your display properties out on your main desktop for your video card to 16-bit, where you can change your resolution, and you won't get big black fucking boxes. And now we can continue on with our journey through Icewind Dale 2.
So that's how it is. What's up? Like an arrow.
Mages can use swords, but they will be penalized. We don't care about a fucking stick at this point. You can dual wield if you want. Probably not a good idea until you got ambidexterity and dual weapons.
What now? Eh? On my way.
Continue clearing the town here. Get out of me, home! Oh, we have some goblins invading a home here.
Done.
Done.
Yes? On it. I'm here.
You're here? You're here? I mean, you're really here?
Insurgent, vulture, imperial.
Slipping enemies.
Ooh, that goblin is say no more. Say no more. Wow, this cat fucking filled house. This house smells like pussy. Pussy cat, that
Me?
is.
Here I go.
For the kernels.
What you doing in my home? Away with ye!
Please, calm down. We just have some questions.
Oh, is that so? Well, then I'm certain as the dale is cold, it'll please you to leave me home. Out, out! Afore I carry your hide from here to Bremen, you filthy robbers!
We're not robbers. We just sailed in on the Wicked Wench to aid Targos.
The wicked wench? That's Miss Sun's ship. Why, Hedron, that shifty lice-ridden crackcut couldn't even trouble to step off the ship to save his old ma. I regret the day I squeezed that boy out, I do.
Squeezed out. I see. Interesting way to put it.
You best go and tell him I'm all right, then. He might get to worrying, he would. He starts drinking, and after that, well, there's more suffering, so there is.
Before I go, are you sure you're all right?
As if the filthy cur would shed 2 corpses for me. Just because I've got an ache of age in my bones, and the winds have taken me eyes, don't mean I can't look after myself.
The wind took my eyes. What do you mean?
His eyes do more than say they do. And you'd be best remember that. I see more than you'll ever see. And I hear all that blows in the shores of Merduldawn.
Like, what do you see?
Not now. There's still goblin lives waiting to have their threads cut. Short on the shores of Merduldawn. Come back when you've cleared the blighters from the docks, and ye and I will speak again. If in the mood takes me.
Very well. I shall return when the docks are clear of goblins. And with that, folks, we're going to wrap it up for the night. I'm very sorry I couldn't post more at the moment. I will do as much as I can before I take off for my vacation. I want to wish you all happy holidays and thank you for watching. And till next time, boom shakalaka.